Pokemon ever. Woo!
We were talking about how the kid from that one episode of Pokemans had that awesome Sandshrew that had won like over 100 battles.
Yeah.
Which it probably should have been a Sandslash by then.
I think it was one of those Pokemon that didn't want to evolve.
I don't know. I just wish we could have followed his story instead of Ash, because he was awesome.
Ooh, look, this is a new one.
I don't care. I think
She's got the mask.
Oh yeah. Sacrifice. Oh, that's your mom, dude. Or Emily, one.
Bridget?
Is it Bridget or Emily?
That's Bridget.
That's Bridget.
A bridge.
So is that Hux they made? Or Hidge? What is his name?
Higgs.
Higgs.
Look, episode 10.
Diet Hartman.
Ah. Man, anytime we've said Hardman, I've thought of Hartman, because then that other guy was Hartman, or whatever.
Hey, Hartman.
Head to Lake Knot City.
Can this be done? Why, God? Why does this exist? This is like the As I Lay Dying of games. Not the band, the book.
The book.
Yeah, he just transporting the dead body the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is that.
I like it.
Except way longer, because I could have read that book within the time it took to like make this.
Well, we are playing this game like an hour and a half at a
complete
time.
with all the episodes running together. I could read the book in that time.
Oh yeah, we could read most books. Your reading comprehension's like through the roof.
It's over 9,000
Yeah.
words per minute.
And that's coming from a person who can barely read.
So my admiration is appreciated.
Yeah.
It is cool that like that stuff doesn't really help you, because nothing about delivering anything in this game matters.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
Where am I going to use this zip line to?
Mind
Is there
your
one that
business.
connects?
There's
Oh,
never
word.
one that connects.
Yeah, look.
Oh, would you look at that? This is for you. For you.
Man, did you guys like when we were doing like the
Bollywood Bobby Hill.
yeah, King of the Hill stuff?
Bobby Wood.
Bobby Wood.
Anyway, oh
look,
God.
I'm flying.
So I've been really annoying my wife recently, because I saw this YouTube video of the Chicago Theological Seminary, and I was looking them up because I know a guy that went there, and they look pretty awful.
Oh
They
yeah.
look like a really awful theological school.
Man, I'm gonna ride.
Are there
Sorry,
any good ones?
I'm gonna ride this all the way home. This is great. Whoever built this,
You're amazing.
you're amazing.
There's
All
like
right.
one guy at his computer right now just nodding.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
she was this lady, and for some reason, like her whole sermon, because it was hilarious, was about, I don't remember what it was like Solomon's mom or something, but she just kept going, mind your business. You just need to mind your business. Like,
Oh, God.
It wasn't like mind your business, like stop being a jerk. I have no idea what context she meant it for.
Yeah.
But it cracked me up because she said it like 50 times. I'm being hyperbolic, but she said it so many times in this thing. And man, I make her so mad, my wife.
Yeah.
Like she'll just be saying something, I'll just be like, mind your business. So I'm gonna laugh about that probably for the next 6 months. And I don't know why it's so funny. It's because she said it just like that, and I have no context of what she meant.
Nice.
Just mind your business. See how funny it is, even out of context.
That's like what y'all bringing in.
It's just like, what does that mean? She was like, instead of saying amen, she would just say that.
Really?
Mind your business. Like she was repeating her thesis, and that was it, I guess. And I have I don't know. It was so weird.
Yeah.
But it was like the weirdest 45 minutes I've ever like spent. And I've been on Safari.
God. Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, it sucked, but most everything out of there sucks.
Yeah.
You see that goth broad that's like a professor of like Satanism, whatever, that was like, to save the climate and the world, we all just need to like go extinct as humans.
No.
So she was like, we just need to stop breeding. Like, yeah, tell most of the world that and see what happens.
Cool.
Nah, she sucks. I watched like her like whole presentation on like it was like intentional feminist becoming vulva magic.
Oh, what?
And her whole thesis is becoming vulva, which is basically chaos and ever changing and ever layered. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the same like crap that any person who's of any of the Abrahamic religions already knew.
Yeah.
And you get paid to talk about it like it's a good thing. She's like, I don't know, it was just really weird. It wasn't even like weird and mysterious like, oh, she's talking witchcraft. It was like, oh yeah, this is basic stupid shit and you've made it academic and charged $10,000 to speak at a college to say it.
Yeah. Well, you can say the right thing by being a dumbass.
Yeah, she was an idiot. No, but don't get me wrong, she was completely right in the theories of that stuff. So this, I mean, you already know it. Like, everybody already knows. If you study any kind of like chaos, any kind of that kind of shit, I don't know how to vocalize it right now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you've read any Lovecraft,
yeah,
that's it. So it's like, man, like academia outside of like the hard sciences is such a joke.
My hero.
Dude, UA is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is that just like a language barrier? Why is it called UA? What does that stand for?
Hiroaka.
Of course.
No.
That's what it stands for.
That's what it's called in Japan. It's not called My Hero Academia. It's called
I know
Hiroaka.
that, but what's the UA stand for?
That's
because even in the Japanese they call it UA.
That's the name of their university.
So does it stand for like University Academy? Academia?
Damn, I don't know. I knew it and then now I forgot it. So, sorry.
I kept kind of hoping that I forget what I was going to say there. Oh, the last episode was kind of a filler. All right.
So, do you skip the opening still? Have you not seen the opening?
No, I watched the opening.
All right. You see how it's like a slice of life anime?
Yeah.
This whole next little arc is just a slice of life.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So they're all kind of fillers, but
well, they're coming down off the heavy one.
Yeah, it's for a purpose because even like I was gonna ask you, and hey, I don't care that we talk about anime and the same things over and over and over.
Yeah, get over it.
Deal with it. Anyway.
Hey man, you like DMT?
The OPP.
USSR.
Yeah, back. But what do you think about Gentle?
I think he sucks.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I think he's sucking intentionally.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do something with it.
Yeah. Like, I think he's gonna try and break into UA like during the festival and like just fail like dramatically. But they're definitely setting up some cool stuff with Midoriya. Yeah. Because in the last episode they had that one little scene where All Might was teaching him like how to use his powers, and it's like I kind of like begrudge some of that, or I'm still like Midoriya is like super smart when it comes to like every other person and their powers, and he was like an All Might expert, so like he should be the best one to like use the stuff. But now that he's like trying it on himself, he's not thinking. I think that's the flaw that Bakugo was pointing out. Yeah, that's right. His confidence is so low in everything. He's such a fan. Yep. He's not a fan of himself. Yeah. And Bakugo's never had confidence issues. Right. And now they've turned it on its head where like when he's the one that got kidnapped, put everybody in trouble. Bakugo's a great guy. Yeah. Like that's what he's not a jerk. I mean, he's kind of a jerk, I guess, but he knows what it is to be a hero, even though he like wants to kill people, or that's the joke. That's the joke. Yeah. Everything just makes him mad. Yeah, like, because he expects perfection from himself and everybody else. Yeah. And you can't blame him because he's like, look, we're here. We're the one. He didn't say it, but we're the one defense between total chaos and evil and the world becoming vulva. Yeah, so, he's right. And him and Midoriya are the same person with two different personality types, but they have the same goal. Oh, somebody's calling me. Do you copy? Yeah. I've been looking into sometimes I paste. And wanted to share my thoughts. What are your thoughts? My only beef with this though is I think that like the overhaul arc could have been so much longer and taken up this whole thing, and that's the one thing I had is like, and it's such an anime thing, I understand, but like
the first day Midoriya and Lemillion go to like look for like Chisaka, they find him.
Yeah.
They just walk down the street and this horned girl in a hospital robe bumps into them by accident.
Yeah.
That I have to chalk up to just anime coincidence.
Well, yeah, but that's how like a lot of superheroes are.
I know.
Especially All Might. Like one of the things, like he's super lucky.
Yeah.
Did you, not to cut you off,
No.
but did you catch where Midoriya was talking to All Might and he was like, "Oh, I wished when I like used One for All, I could change the weather too."
Yeah, I got that.
So I thought his punches just like affected the air pressure.
Yeah. Well, he did say it affects the air pressure.
Yeah, but it's more.
Maybe he can control it after the fact.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if he's calling down lightning like Storm.
Yeah. I definitely thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I thought it was cool, the idea he was like, All Might wasn't using 100% when he was fighting all the time. Otherwise, like, he would destroy everything. Like, yeah, you should have known that, but now he's like putting it like an actual physics kind of concept.
Yeah. That's where I was getting kind of upset. Because I was like, you should know everything about All Might. And you didn't know that one simple fact. But then I got over it. I get over stuff real quick.
I think it's his fandom idolatry of not thinking about it because it's All Might. It's like, oh, he's great because he's All Might.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Instead of thinking, oh, he had to work for it and think about it and become it.
Yeah.
He was just like me. That's why he picked me.
Yeah.
I do think it's cool that Lemillion was a candidate and he would have been great at it.
Oh, you know that for sure.
Yeah, but they've got to edge out that whole thing of like why Midoriya deserves it more, and he has to make it that he does deserve it. You know?
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like
he's the Harry Potter we should have gotten.
Yeah, Harry Potter sucks. But Midoriya doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't have any of the faults that like, and I know we've talked about it before, but like Naruto had.
Yeah.
And he's even more like well, dang, I guess I'm gonna cross. I don't want to go that way.
Well, what makes it brilliant with it is the guy who made it, I don't know his name. I don't care. He's not Stan Lee, but he's a student of Stan Lee in that so much for so long followed kind of like the Superman idea.
Yeah.
I think that's what Naruto is. You're an outsider, you're weird because you're the power you possess.
Yeah.
This follows the Marvel Stan Lee formula of he knows what it's like to be weak.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to be helpless. He's the Captain America. He's the Spider-Man.
That's what I was going to say, is that he's not gone from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Gon was just got good genes.
Well, not only was Gon like super positive about everything, he had faults, but like overcame them like Goku.
Yeah.
But with Midoriya, he's in his own head.
Yeah.
Like to his detriment, you know? So, but I was going to say, he's more like Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And he reserves himself. So I think that's why the character works.
Well, and they've done a good job also comparing him against, I don't know All Might's real name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Against All Might, where All Might was weak at one point. He got his power from somebody, but either he was already kind of like this, or through having All for One, or One for All for so long.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to not be All Might yet. Like he's still such an uncomfortable person now in his own skin, and he's not good at much anything else.
Yeah.
He never developed any other skill. He can't even teach.
Yeah. Oops.
Really.
Yeah.
He was such a good symbol of hope. That's all I think he thought he would be, and he probably thought he was gonna die being that, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
He kind of was supposed to.
Yeah.
He was going to be a symbol that died, and then...
Yeah, I think he thought the first battle with All for One, he probably would have died fighting and killing him, you know?
Yeah.
And then when he didn't, then just slowly got weaker, it's like...
Well, that was the whole thing in, like, the first arc. He was trying to find somebody to succeed him really quickly because he thought he was going to die soon.
Yeah.
You know? And he even, like, told Midoriya, oh, you're going to have to, like, clean up
Yeah, super
after
quick.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
And it set up that arc where it was like, no, you're gonna fight all for one.
Yeah.
And then when you beat him, or when All Might beat him, I was like, oh, who's Midoriya gonna fight now? Shigaraki? But Shigaraki's not that strong.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, and it felt a little hollow, but I was all right with it. I was like, they'll figure it out.
Well, I think what they haven't explained yet is I think All for One's probably dying too. And they just never... He hasn't admitted it yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I think he's probably dying. He's coming back. Like, I still can't help but think either... I still can't help, because he's such a great villain, to think that he knew he'd probably lose again.
Yeah.
And get put there, and he did it. I think he's doing everything for Shigaraki, just like All Might is.
Well, they never said why he looked exactly the same. Like, All Might was like, you haven't aged a day.
Yeah.
So,
but
like,
his eyes are like gone. Like, but
yeah.
he did in that fight say what you've done to my body. Like he messed him up.
Oh yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, he had the breathing apparatus, like
Vader.
Darth Vader. Yeah. He was like Bane and Darth Vader put together.
I mean, he was going to talk like Bane.
Yeah.
Or in the American version. Which I'm going to say, I'm going on record and say I don't care subbed or dubbed. I prefer dubbed. I'm not a voice actor purist. Some of you guys are. That's great. You should be fans of that. I don't care.
About My Hero Academia in general, you like the dub better?
Well, every anime I like the dub better. I don't like having to read. I'm not going to lie. I'd rather be like doing something else or playing like an instrument or something while I listen to it.
Yeah.
Some people are purist about that. More power to you. That's what the word fan means. Fanatical. Go for it.
Yeah. I don't care either way. Yeah. I just want to watch it now. Yeah. So like the subs are coming out first. So that's what I'm watching. You know? So
yeah.
I brought some PCCs with me.
Apparently I think we already talked about it. I don't care. Apparently Shigaraki gets much stronger because he needs to, because like Overhaul kind of put him to shame pretty badly, I think. I know Shigaraki came out on top, but that's why he had to go like such a roundabout. Well, it showed their two management styles too that I thought was cool. Is Overhaul did a pyramid, and all the guys that worked for him either loved him or feared him.
Yeah.
And they worked for him, and they didn't do a damn thing without him being the mastermind behind it.
Yeah.
And it almost worked. Shigaraki did it like a smaller
circle.
Yeah, and that's why he could have two guys go in there and let them basically take control of their situation and destroy it from the inside.
Yep.
He trusted them to have their own competence to make the decision to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I said it was a circle, he's a part of that circle too.
Yeah.
Like, with Shigaraki dead, he knows that they would like fulfill his plans.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna try and
they did such a good thing too with Stain. Like, that's who Shigaraki wanted to be. He wanted that kind of respect.
Yeah, because he was jealous like immediately.
Yeah, and he should have been. Like, Stain was better at it, you know?
Yeah.
But also, this is like what they did so well with Shigaraki and All for One.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down.
Is that's the first villain you ever see mentoring someone with positivity. He's always like, don't worry about it. Get up and do it again.
Yep.
I'm like, God, that's how you make an acolyte. He didn't beat him. He didn't like use fear and intimidation. He was like, go ahead, go back and do it. Don't worry about messing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely an anime that's learned from the faults of everything else.
Yeah. And
taken the best parts of like Western, I guess.
Yeah.
Like comic books and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like, even with I call them Bulma episodes because I know they're like filler, but it means more to me to call them Bulma episodes.
Yeah.
But I like them. Like, I
don't mind. I think they're fun.
I think it builds the world. It slows down because like...
Yeah, they do a good ebb and flow.
Yeah. I've never liked slice of life animes.
No.
They never hold my attention because there's never like a huge payoff. Yeah. And I don't really care about romance in anime. Yeah,
there's no stakes.
Yeah. So, but I'm loving these because the characters are so good. Like, I've been wondering like about all the other like the class. Yeah. And they do those little things where they're like,
they make you care about them.
Well, Sue and Araka and Midoriya and the other the other guy, Kishiraki or whatever his name is.
Which one is he?
His name's Red Riot.
Oh yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah.
They made you like him.
Yeah, well, they've moved further beyond the class.
Yep.
And throughout that whole arc, they were getting stronger and they're being more like heroes instead of students.
Yeah.
And the first thing that happened when they showed like the class was like, oh, they're back. And they did this like dividing line thing where they framed those four characters and everybody else. And like in their inner monologue, they were like, ooh, we got to catch up.
And that's what's cool is like in Todoroki and Bakugo, know that they're probably the strongest two there. Like undeniably, if they get pit in a fight with anybody, they're gonna beat them. But
besides Midoriya, but even he gets owned.
Yeah, I don't know if he could take Todoroki either now. But yeah, the idea of like they do such a good job of upping the levels of everybody. No one gets forgotten. I mean, sometimes like that sugar guy and like people like that can kind of get forgotten.
Yeah.
But I'm sure their work. I don't know. I think he did what like Naruto. We already talked about this. Like started.
Yeah.
And he refined it, and that's what I love about it. Is I don't know. I wish I could stop fangirling over it, but the format, just he learned so much from other people and didn't make the same mistakes.
Well, it's this huge thing, but it doesn't feel like there's empty space.
Nah.
Like there's smaller, tighter animes that are like coming out like seasonally too.
Yeah.
Like Demon Slayer, an amazing anime with a great cast, but it feels really tight and small.
Yeah.
And even Goblin Slayer was like this small kind of niche little thing, which really stylized, really cool, but it's not. It's not.
This is X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what makes it. Without the political stuff.
Yep.
But I don't know. Because when I first started, I was like, quirks. This is X-Men. But without the stuff that made X-Men great, which is everybody hates you.
Yeah.
But I guess they never. But it couldn't work over there because they don't really have that kind of. They never had that cultural issue in Japan, at least not in recent history.
Yeah.
Civil rights issues of different races and stuff,
Yeah.
So I get it. I mean, and it's but I don't know. It's somewhat. I hate to keep comparing. I'm not trying to rip Harry Potter because Harry Potter redefined young adult fiction forever.
Yeah.
It got 6-year-olds reading 400-page books.
Yeah.
And 12-year-olds reading like 1,000-page books.
Yeah.
And it's a great story, but Voldemort didn't attack his school because he was like too weak, and it was kind of left unstated. It went with the books. This was stated from the beginning. Like, there's a guy that's the symbol of peace. You can't beat him.
Yeah.
He's there. Now he's kind of the defense is slowly weak, and they tried him in the first season. The Nobu or whatever.
Yeah.
And he showed them, your best efforts can't beat me.
Yeah.
So they step back again. Like, it's a consistent flux of.
Yeah.
It's all for one versus one for all.
Yeah.
And they're always testing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And that Nobu or whatever it was called was like genetically made from All Might.
Yeah, and he still defeated it.
Yeah.
That's where the whole idea of Plus Ultra came from.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's like the power levels in Dragon Ball Z. They meant nothing.
Yeah.
But I think this person.
Something.
Yeah. But All Might did like a 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And to me, it wasn't hokey.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. Somehow he multiplied what he already could do by 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Somehow. And like his body didn't fall apart, and it was like perfect. It was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only other anime I've seen do that was the same guy who did One Punch Man.
Yeah.
He made one called Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's one of those that's like really good and small, but not to give anything away, but it's about psychics and stuff. And the main character, his name's Mob, and he has like he's like a Vulcan.
Okay.
His emotions are super like suppressed.
Yeah.
And what happens is he has a limit. if one emotion overwhelms him, so gets to 100%, his psychic powers like bug out. So
like a psychopath.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
So, and he gets stronger based off a certain emotion that hits 100%. So there's in the second one, so the second season was called Mob Psycho 2. So instead of just doing a second season, they just called it Mob Psycho 2.
Yeah.
He gets overwhelmed by every emotion. So it usually shows like how powerful he is.
Yeah.
So, and it messes with reality because he's so strong that he breaks down like how you watch the anime. Like it changes like what it looks like. It went to black. And then 3 question marks came up. And it was just like, oh. And then all the music cut out.
Yeah.
And it just faded in just him. Like, and he looked like a Super Saiyan.
Oh, nice.
And then the fight that ensued was like one of the best, like, psychic and really physical fights that I've seen in a while.
It's called Mob.
Yeah, it's called Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
I'll look at that.
But it's not that I gave anything away by telling you that, because the emotional part is like where the weight is.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was like, oh, okay, someone can be that strong. That's cool. It didn't feel, wasted or anything.
Yeah.
So I liked it a lot.
I think the first DBZ arc, maybe I'm saying it wrong, the Frieza arc, was very well done, even with the power levels, because they meant something. They were one way or another, implicitly or explicitly comparing it to what either Frieza or the Super Saiyan was.
Yep.
They knew where that lied, and that's how they orchestrated themselves in their hierarchy in like of Frieza's army.
Yep.
And it could be measured, and it wasn't a bad plot device at the time because it didn't really get in the way, and it was kind of cool. Like that they had a reason to be afraid of Goku.
Yep.
So I thought it was kind of cool,
Here we go.
especially as a kid. And I think after the Frieza arc, you could have phased it out because only the Saiyans had that technology, or whatever the Frieza army was. I don't remember. They kind of called them all the Saiyans at the time, and that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
Because they were like, "Oh, Saiyans are coming," and it was like, who was the big guy, the big bald guy that came with Vegeta?
Nappa.
It was Nappa and Vegeta.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Nappa was a Saiyan. I think he was. Yeah, he was, because he turned into a monkey at the end. No, that was Vegeta.
No, Nappa did.
Did he?
Yeah, his tail was cut off. He was, I think, one of the first one to have his tail cut off, and that's like what told you that could happen.
Goku went to grab it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's not there."
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But then like they started showing like the Ginyu squad and all these other people, and as a kid, I'm like, oh, so are they Saiyans? Like, what's a Saiyan?
Yeah. No, you're saying there's a Saiyan.
There's a Saiyan.
Yeah.
So, but then the whole mystery of the Super Saiyan came in. I thought it was really cool. Like,
and what was weird, they had that in place. They had that whole Super Saiyan idea.
Yeah, it was mentioned way early in the thing.
And they showed what a Super Saiyan looked like.
Yeah.
Like they did a silhouette, and it was the giant gorilla thing.
Yep.
The whole gold, like humanoid looking thing, that was retconned. They did that way later.
When he was fighting Frieza, and it was like, it was the most amazing thing as a kid. Like, you see it and you're like, oh, he went super, and you didn't know what that meant. You just meant like he had the gold hair, and he had literally like become this mythical figure, a messiah. Yeah. And it was great. I mean, he was there, he destroyed the great evil, and he died, or he was supposed to. They thought he did. And that was supposed to be the end of it. Yeah. And I thought it was fantastic. Basically, like, when that happened, and I didn't know about the Cell Saga, and then Dragon Ball came out, and you're like, oh, you get to see, like, his childhood, and it's like, you get to see this messianic figure that fought his way to the top, literally. Yeah. And that meant a lot. I'm not saying everything after that kind of cheapened it. I think it kind of did, and I know people will fight me over, like, the Cell Saga and stuff.
I love the Cell Saga.
And that's fine. It's just, like, maybe it should have been without Goku. Maybe Goku should have died on Namek with Frieza.
Well, I like how he died during the Cell Saga.
Yeah, but then he came back.
Well, that was way later. Like, if you watched it, it was way, way later when he came back. He was, like, dead. That's, like, the whole thing where Gohan did, like, the single-handed Kamehameha, and Goku did it from...
with him from the grave.
King Kai's place.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That's one of the best like moments of Dragon Ball in my memory, in my history. You know what I mean?
And I wouldn't say my problem. I think it's everybody's problem with Dragon Ball though, is that the consequences are never real. Like,
yeah, well they messed that up.
Yeah, but I mean, and now it's just a staple. Now it's like Superman. Superman dies, comes back, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, that's great. You know, everybody needs a Superman. But I think it honestly, maybe I'm an idiot. Internet can judge me. I think just that first bit of Dragon Ball Z, the Frieza saga, if you'd have done it like that and he dies at the end, and it ends, it would have been considered one of the greatest animes ever.
Yeah. Well, it got too big.
Yeah.
Too big, too fast, and there was too much money in it.
But you love it. I mean, they put out, you know, a new one. I'll watch it. You know,
Yeah.
So I can't complain. I think that's great. It's a myth now. Now it's just a modern.
Well, you can even laugh at like the whole Super Saiyan God stuff, and I'm like, why are you laughing about that? Because that's like what Super Saiyan was.
Yeah.
And like they just have to keep ramping it up. Why are you upset about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the fusions don't mean anything, and the levels don't mean anything now, and there was only supposed to be one God form and all that stuff, and I'm just like, can't you just be happy that they're still yelling and they're still like getting more powerful? Yeah. So.
Well, it's a franchise now, and that's fun. I don't have any problem with it. It's not capitalism's fault. No, I mean that's how stories work.
Who are these people?
Man, who cares? They suck.
What are they? Why do they have walking sticks?
Whacking sticks.
Whacking sticks. This here's my whacking stick. Man, I'm gonna go to here.
Hell.
Whoa, frame rate dropped. I'm gonna rest in here.
Yeah.
Because we're over 30 minutes.
All right.
So that's an episode.
Bye, Hans and Scott.
And maybe other people. See ya.